Hello everyone and welcome back to another Guild Wars 2 video. Today we have some great and exciting news. We have got the patch notes of the patch that released yesterday, and goddamn, that's a lot of changes in it, which I didn't expect. Also, I've heard some rumors I don't like, which we're gonna come back to later in the video. But let's go to the patch notes and look at them. So yesterday they published a new news article basically saying Festival of the Four Winds 2022 is live. But at the same time, they also saying that there is a new release notes together with it on forums. They also linked, this festival is a thing back from 2019. So they also linked the trailer, which you can see if you want to, which is like showing, the essential things of the festival and what it's basically about. But besides that, we also got an article showing that they have released a new Water Dragon armor skin. Don't worry, we'll get back to the release notes very soon. But basically we can now get a 7 dragon die pack, embrace you with Draconic side with these Elder Dragon inspired dies. Contain one exclusive, rare and common die selected from among the 7 Elder Dragon themed die kits. So basically you can now color your armor with this die kit as the dragons. I mean, I would like to look like Krakator. I can't say his name, you know what I mean. Krakatorlok. The big purple dragon. You know which one I talk about. So this is the new Water Dragon armor skin you can buy, and goddamn, they are pumping out skins at the moment, and I love it. Trust me, I love it. I'm not a hater against this, I freaking love it. And basically, so you can also get, Forged with Shimmering Scales and Gentle blah 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 blah. Can be purchased as a package or individual. Also, we're getting a new backpack and glider combo pack, so you can like have this as a glider where it's like some kind of like jade technology, and also you can use it as a backpack, which is pretty cool. I mean, if you're running around with the mech, this would fit you very, very well. And basically they have some returning today, 25% off equipment, templates, Eternal Eclipse, Setter Skins, Legion, 20% off then. I'm returning this week, and also 20% off was Inquest Exoseed, Inquest Overseer Char Glider combo, Inquest Overseer Glider, Exoseed Mount Pack. Great. But that's not the most exciting thing we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the patch notes, the game update, which is the most important thing we're going to talk about today. And so basically, Festival of the Four Winds. On behalf of Queen Janet and of Kryta and the Captain's Council of Lion's Ark, you are cordially invited to participate in the return of the Festival of the Four Winds. High atop the labyrinthine cliffs, our Sephirite friends have been working in tandem with Lion's Ark to host an incredible variety of fun vendors and events to entertain visitors from all across Tyria. This celebration of unity and peace between our culture is more important than ever before, and we hope that you will join us in these festivities. In the spirit of cooperation, Queen Jenna has personally overseen the reopening of the Crown Pavilion, featuring a variety of challenges for Tyria's finest to test their mettle. Transportation in the festivities couldn't be easier. Special hot air balloons are now stationed in each nation's capital city. Visitors can also sail directly from the ship from Lion's Ark. We look forward to seeing you at the festival. So exciting! But the Sephirite Bazaar has returned to the Labyrinthine Cliffs. Visitors of the Labyrinthine Cliffs can try their hands at many festival activities, including adventures, races, and scavenger hunts. I'm actually gonna adjust this a bit. There we go. I like that. Yeah. Show your skill with Sephirite crystals in the Flying Doyle-like race. Ooh, a flying race. Don't die in the race. Enjoy the sights of the sea in the bay-spanning skimmer slalom race. Team up with your friends to plunder lost treasures in the treasure hunt meta event. Scramble to set high score in the crystal collection adventure. Demonstrate your aviation's ability in 2 Labyrinthine Cliffs Griffin Master adventures. Compete to take the lead in the Sanctum sprint activity. Challenge the competition with unique Sephirite skills in the returning aspect arena. Leap across the labyrinth cliffs to recover the different crystals and discover the fate of the Bazaar fallen star. Cuckoo the Incredulous. Never heard that word before. Trade materials with Sephirites for new Sephirite supply box containing a wide variety of possible items, including exceptional rare skins and equipment from distant lands. Ooh. For combat inclined festival goers, the Crown Pavilion has reopened in Divinity's Reach that challenge recreation of humanity's greatest foes, legendary champions, and notorious figures. The renowned boss splits returns. Organize your companions to challenge 6 legendary foes. They'll get the strength as other bosses fall, so plan your battle carefully. Adventures yearning to show their skills in a solo challenge. Rejoice, the Queen's Gauntlet has reopened. Oh, that's pretty cool. Between blitzes, blow off some steam in the most hazardous festival race since Halloween, the infamous Pavilion Pursuit. Shit, there's a lot of things in this. New updates and prize this year include: complete the annual 4 Winds custom meta achievement to earn Sephirite Shawl, a new shoulder armor piece crafted in Sephirite tradition. Oh, that's pretty cool. I wonder how that's gonna look like. It would be nice if they include a picture here. Last year's meta achievement reward, the Sephirite traveling boots, can now be purchased from the festival reward vendor. Oh, nice. A new watchwork weapon is set now available. Complete the annual 4 Winds Customs Meta achievement to receive the choice of your weapon. You can rarely find additional tradable weapons in 4 Winds prize packs, which are available from daily achievements. I've seen these weapons before on Reddit, and it's basically it's like the weapon has a clock inside it. You know, that's like that plate in the clock that's like goes around to round one. Like, I can't even remember the word for it, but you know, so for example the sword, you have like a half clock on it, not the clock itself, but you know, the things inside the clock, which is still like moving. It looks pretty cool. A new skiff themed race has been added to Labyrinth Cliffs. Gather a crew and compete at the fastest boats on the sea. See, this sounds really fun, because I think actually you can do this with friends. So basically, if you're using your skiff, your boat, then your friends can jump on it, and you can literally do a race with your friends, where, I mean, your friends are basically just gonna watch, but still it's like, you can cheer each other up, like, go, 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 you know what I mean? So I think that's gonna be quite fun. A skiff rental is available for players who have not unlocked their own skiff through the End of Dragon storyline. I actually haven't got mine yet, but I'm planning to get that one very soon. Fishing nodes and fishing tournaments event has been added to Labyrinth Cliffs. The unique Labyrinth Cliffs waters stand at the intersection of numerous ecologies, and fish normally found in distant seas can be caught. Oh, so there's gonna be like tournaments for fishing, and there's gonna be like very rare fishing you can get. That's pretty cool. Fishing must be unlocked through End of Dragon storyline. I mean, you get that like the moment you get to End of Dragons, so you should be able to have that quickly. If you, of course, if you don't have End of Dragons, then you're not able to get it. But yeah, you know what I mean. The event rotation in Labyrinth Cliffs has been updated to accommodate the skip race and fishing tournaments. A new weekly achievement has been added: complete activities across the festival to earn rewards each week. I'm gonna do that. Like, I have to go in and find out. I'm gonna make videos about this festival. Don't worry, I'm gonna make some guides, hopefully, if I get the time. Contests of the Sephirite supply box have been updated, including 4 new weapons crafted by a traveling weaponsmith. Oh, that's cool. 2 new minis have been added to the festival reward vendors in Labyrinth Cliffs and Crown Pavilion. World of Warcraft could really learn something about this. Like, this is an old event they have had since 2019, but all the updates they have done to it, like, look at some of the events they have in World of Warcraft. It's the same they have for many years, but every time it comes back, it's the same. They haven't done a change to it. So people are just like, oh, here we go again. But this time, like, there's a lot of new things here, like tons of new things. I really like respect this. Added new guild decoration inspired by Sephirite architecture. Updated the festival mount and skip race to use shared reward box for the adventure prizes. Various bugs and glitches have been fixed to ensure safer and more pleasant festival for all parties. More safer. I like that word. Complete festival daily achievements to earn the 4 Winds Sephirite daily achievement. This is contribute to the 4 Winds scale achievement, which rewards you choice of weapon based on Sephirite crafts. I'm gonna have that. I really hope the two-hand sword is looking amazing, but we'll see. Earn festival tokens and favors of the festival by completing festival events and trade them for exciting prizes, including Sephirite backpacks, the illustrious Soulmine weapon set, and items based on the latest Wonder of the Crown Pavilion. The Watch Knight MK2. Fair enough. Sephirite kite baskets have been scattered across Tyria. Open them to claim prizes from Sephirite stockpiles. The Festival of the Four Winds will be available for 3 weeks, from August 2 until August 23. Oh, that's nice. So we actually have all the time till August 23. Nice. So basically that is the 4 Winds. Like, that's the event. That was all that. But now we are getting to, I would say, the more exciting things, which is basically about the game and how they're going to make the game better and easier for new players, which are coming soon from Steam. By the way, the rumor I said that I didn't like that I heard is some people claim that when Guild Wars is releasing on Steam, the players we already play today will not be able to use the Steam version, because when you open up the game through Steam, it's actually already going to be locked into the launcher. You cannot log out of it, and it's basically like forcing you to use your Steam account as a new account. The same way Albion Online is doing it, and Final Fantasy is now doing it. And I really hope that's not the scenario, because I feel like they're basically shooting themselves in the foot. I don't know if that's an English term, but that's a thing we say in Denmark. Basically, if all us who already play today are not able to migrate over to Steam and help them getting higher Steam numbers, I mean, what the hell is the point then? I mean, of course it's to get new players, but you know what I mean? Like, if I'm not allowed to go on Steam, if they force me to make a new account, no, I'm not gonna go on Steam. But it's not going to help them getting up on the charts in Steam, you know. I guess Guild Wars, they would love it. They were the most played MMO on Steam. But that's not going to happen if all the existing players are not able to migrate over to Steam. It's like... But again, that's only rumors, speculations. I haven't seen an official document saying this is how it works. So I guess we'll see on the 23 August when it possibly comes out. We don't still know if that's the date, but that's the rumors. But... Sorry for ranting, but that's just my concern if that's how it's going to be. I hope that we can all use the Steam version, even though we still play today. Just saying. Okay, so back to this. So basically, before I go through this, when they released the new season, I guess it's called the third legendary weapons in End of Dragons, they promised that these new legendaries weapons, basically right now it's the same. They have the design of the dragon we know, all Aurene. I think it's Aurene she called, isn't it? Aurene. And they are basically going to make a design of that weapon in all the big dragons. So that's what we're going to talk about now, because see, that was the dragon name I was trying to say, Kralkatorrik. So now the Kralkatorrik legendary variant skin collection is now available. Speak with Levias after unlocking an Aurene based legendary weapon to begin this collection. So basically, if you have unlocked the Aurene based legendary, you can talk with this Levias and then start collecting your Kralkatorrik legendaries. And trust me, they look amazing, like big purple, leaving things on the ground, like it's really cool. To prevent stalling issues during the Ogre Wars meta event, certain critical friendly NPCs have been updated to be unwilling to die. I'm probably not known of that, but that's probably a good change for some people. Updated the models for the free great jungle. Updated the models for the free great jungle worm bosses found in Triple Trouble meta event. Chain in Bloodtide Coast. Okay, that's pretty cool. They're updating the models. I mean, now they also have the DRX 11, so which I guess is gonna allow them to do better things. So graphics, this is one of my favorite things to talk about because I love performance, graphics, you know, settings. So made some minor performance improvements in the renderer. That's always good. Improved the performance when transitioning from underwater. Nice. Improved the visuals of some level of detail transition. Nice. Fixed an issue that occasionally prevented water reflections from updating. Fixed an issue that caused some lights to flicker. And this one is cool because, you can go into settings and enable DirectX 11, which in my case makes the game run 10 times better. Like without this DirectX 11, I wasn't able to play the game. The game was lacking too much. Like it was insane. But now with this DirectX 11, my game runs so freaking smooth. And so basically what they're going to do is, I'm going to read it up first. Replace enable DirectX 11 render with enable DirectX 9 render deprecated. In the option menu, the new setting will appear disabled for players who have already enabled DirectX 11, but their settings have not been changed and they're still using DirectX 11. So basically that means all the new players who are going to play the game again through Steam, all the new players that comes in will already from day one have enabled DirectX 11, which everyone should use. So, I mean, there can be some situations where you have an old PC where the 9 runs better, but all the new PCs with new hardware should definitely run the new DirectX 11. So it makes sense that when new players, they log in, then it will automatically be unlocked, if you know what I mean. Okay, so new player experience improvements, and this is what is really exciting. We've been experimenting with some changes to new players' experience. You might have heard whispers of new players leveling more quickly than their friends, or gaining access to the Raptor mount early in the Tyrian adventure career after evaluating the effectiveness of these changes by digging through mountains of data. We're excited to make these first experience permanent addition to the game. So basically they're going to make the game more fun for new players who join the game instead of like getting bored and uninstalling the game. Road test the Raptor. Accounts with an expansion unlock will grant permanent access to the basic Raptor mount after they reach level 10 on a single character. Players who have reached level 80 on own GW2 Path of Fire expansion can unlock this mount masteries. So basically, every account that has an expansion, not just because what they mean, the standard game is basically free to play, so they have something down here for them. But basically, everyone who actually have bought one of the expansions for Guild Wars will then now already get the Raptor after level 10, and it's gonna make the game so much more fun for them, like insanely much more fun. And players who have reached level 80 and own the Guild Wars 2 Path of Fire expansion can now unlock the mount's masteries like default, like you already can do today. Characters on Play for Free accounts will get a 10-hour trial of the Raptor mount when they reach level 10, which is pretty cool because if they're like, wow, this mount is amazing, I need to have this mount all the time, then they basically gonna buy the expansions because they want the mount, which is a really smart selling point. For characters that already over level 10 and missed the initial unlock checkpoint, we will attempt to grind the unlock every 10 levels. So basically, if you're level 12 and you're logging in now, then you won't get, the mount, but you will get it every time you reach a level 10, so level 20, 30, 40, 60, 80, no, 70, 80. This is true for both play for free and expansion accounts. We're working on additional methods to offer this unlock to players not caught by this fallback solution. So yeah, so if like the same, if you're level 33, you need to get up to level 40 for getting your mount. Yeah. Then I also updated default sections in the options for new accounts, which is a really good thing because there's a lot of things of these options that should always be on for new players. If you're already playing the game today, you can probably go in and click reset the options, and I think it will go back to all this. But basically the AoE loot on interact is now automatically on. Auto loot, auto pick up is now on. Show all enemy names is on. Show all usable object names on. Show skill recharge on. Show target health percent on. Disable player combat shake on. Right click to attack, interact off. Melee attack assist off. Lock ground target at maximum skill range on. I guess they went in and saw what most people playing with, and then they basically gonna do that for default players because they guess like if people play with it, then it's the best. Graphics options skipped if auto detect would choose lower. Reflections, terrain and sky, character model, limit medium. Oh, it's not even going up to high. That's interesting. Control options, strafe left A, strafe right D, turn left Q, turn right E. That's actually annoying for me because I normally use A and D to like look that way and look that way. But now they changed it, so I basically have to use Q and E for looking, you know, basically paddling around. Now my A and D is just going to the left and right. Yeah. Special action now has been changed to N. I'm pretty sure this one used to be like unkey bounded, but it's good to see that they actually bind now. Information dialog, dash. They also did some changes with fractals, fixed an issue that prevented players from interacting with mislock singularities after party wipe. I see. And then we have some profession skills changes, which is a lot of people has been waiting for the banner changes. So that's a big thing. Okay, well, so that was the default things about the game and the events. And if you're okay with just hearing that, then you can leave now. But if you want to see the last part, which is about only like classes, professions, then we're gonna go through that now. So let's get to it. Profession skills. And again, if you're new to Guild Wars 2, professions means classes. You know, that's what they call them. They call them professions. Other games call them classes. Some call them masteries, skills, classes. So first of all, they have some general things for all the professions, which is interesting. Pet skill auto attack. A pet skill set to auto attack will be used automatically when the pet is in combat within appropriate range of target when applicable. And if the skill is off cooldown, the untamed elite specializations unleash pet F1, F2, F3 skill may not be set to auto attack. This function only applies to the pet's natural kill skills. I'm not a person who uses pet really, so I'm not quite sure like what the changes here is. But I guess if you're a ranger, you probably like, oh yeah, this is this. Feel free to explain to me what actually this is changing. I guess it's just so, I guess again, maybe it's a thing for like new players, so it's automatically, it always goes to auto attack. So it like just don't like, am I supposed to attack now? Like, you know what I mean? So any ranger or mechanist pet profession skill may be set to auto attack. For rangers, druid, and soul beast without unleash pet active, these skills are bound to the F2 key by default. Yeah, it seems like it is just making sure that all the default players, the new players and stuff like that has the right settings on, so the pets is more usable. For untamed and mechanist, these skills are bound to F1, 2, 3 by default. Wait, does that mean a pet skill to auto attack will be automatically when the pet is in combat within a pet set to automatically when? Is that meaning it will actually uses its spells automatically? Untamed and mechanist elite specialization may set 1, 2, or 3 to auto attack. Untamed and mechanist elite specialization may set 1, 2, or all 3 to auto attack. Similarly, oh, that's really cool. This is done by holding the control key and clicking on the skill with your mouse 2 button, in the same way that players' skills are set auto attack. A reminder of this functionality is the very bottom of any applicable skill tooltip. That is cool. That is actually pretty cool. Okay, cool. Then we have engineering, which is has quite a lot of changes. Mesmer also. Ranger, and then Warrior. And then general banner challenge, banner skill changes. Okay, so Engineer. As we mentioned in previous block, the interaction between aim-assisted rocket and mechanist Jade Mech is adding too much passive power to the pet and doubling the power of this trait. In this update, we are reducing the damage of this trait adds to mechanist builds by giving a mech a longer internal cooldown between the rocket it can fire. We're also removing the minimum range of mechanic. We found that it created some unenjoyable play by giving player an incentive to move away from the allies. Yeah, I agree with that. Like a minimum range is something that should be dead. It should not be welcome in any MMO anymore. I remember in old days, like hunters in many MMOs, they were like, yeah, you can shoot this guy at 40 yards, but if he gets into 5 yards of you, no, you can't shoot him anymore. Then you have to run away. It's like, no, don't do that. It's punishing. So I'm glad they're removing stuff like that. And it's hard to judge correct distance from the target. It also led to some strange edge cases where melee attacks or bomb kit hitting the maximum range could trigger rockets. We are cleaning up the issue by making them only active on hits from missile weapons. Again, cleaning up stuff, making the game more approachable by new players. You know, that's important things. It's making the game just feel better and naturally, because people that can get upset about stuff like this. Explosive, aim-assisted rocket. This trait no longer has a minimum range. Instead, it only activates on hits from missile weapons. The Mechanist Mech Pit now triggers this trait at half of previous rate, with an internal cooldown of 6 seconds. When we introduced Rifle Burst to replace the old hip shot, there was an animation timing issue causing each shot to lag recoil. It didn't look good. This was corrected in a hotfix, but that timing fix was made too hastily and accidentally increased the total casting time of the skill from 1 second, which it has balanced for, to 1.2 seconds. This accidental nerf made it even weaker than Grenade Kit's first skill. Wow. We've taken another pass at it and have gotten it back to intended 1 second total casting time. This restored the intended balance of the skill to about 10% lower sustained damage per second than Bomb Kit's first skill. In PvP and PvE, a 1 second casting time makes it equal in DPS to old hip shot. Cool. Rifle. Rifle Bird adjusted total animation duration down to 1 second from approximately 1.2 seconds. Jump Shot fixed a bug that caused Jump Shot to sometimes deal less damage than expected. Then we have our Dear Mesmers. It's like one of the classes I hate meeting in Wolvers as well. That's all those clones. Similar to the recent tuning of ranger weapons, the following are small changes focused on improving damage capability of Chronomancer build. Improvements to Great Sword and Sword, as well as significant damage increase added to Chronomancer's improved alacrity trait, will increase the performance of both damage dealing and boon support Chronomancer builds. Spatial Surge in PvE only increased minimum damage multiplier from 0.69 to 0.8. Increase maximum damage multiplier from this to this. So that actually means it will deal more damage now. That's cool. Mind Stab in PvE only. Oh, that's only PvE, okay. Mind Stab in PvE only increased damage multiplier from 1 to 1.8. Phantom as Berserker in PvE only increased damage multiplier of initial strike from 0.4 to 1.2. Mind Slash in PvE only increased damage multiplier from 0.75 to 8, and Mind Gash the same, but only PvE. Chronomancer. Improved alacrity in addition to its previous effect. This trait now also increases your critical strike damage by 10 when you have alacrity. This is a multiplier to total damage dealt, not additive with the critical strike damage from Ferocity. Virtuoso. Fixed a bug that caused Phantasmic created by Virtuoso to have 5% less critical hit chance than expected. Then we have Ranger, which is... that's not a lot. Ranger. Spirits. Fixed a bug that caused spirit boons to be granted in circle around the Ranger instead of the spirit. Okay. I guess this is frustrating for people who has this problem. And then Warrior, which is like the biggest of them all. Because that's a big one. Before we take Warrior, I want to see this new update they did 13 hours ago here. Living World. Living World Season 2 achievements will no longer require story replay for completion. In general, players who are blocked will now be unable to add players who block them as friend. Players who are blocked will now be unable to add the player who blocked them as a friend. Which makes sense. I mean, that makes sense, because if I block someone, I don't want him to add me and, you know, kind of stalk what I'm doing. He's not supposed to see anything about me anymore. So, okay, that's cool. Now, to the Warrior. Because on Reddit, I've seen people, they've been talking about banners a lot, which has been not a good thing. So we badly missed the mark with the banner changes in the June update. We've gone back to drawing board to be to be bolder with changes, add more powerful utility and make banner easier to use. Each banner will now provide its most powerful boons immediately on use and have a much shorter base cooldown of 30 seconds. Wasn't it because people actually had to like pick up the flag or go to it before it actually used the effect? So now it actually just uses it immediately, and also a shorter cooldown. To address the situation where it felt like warriors needed constantly to adjust the position of their banners, pulsing boons are now granted in an increased duration per pulse over a shorter amount of time. It will no longer be necessary to stand around the banner for its full duration to upkeep banner boons. Duration will stack up more quickly. The reduced cooldown allow warriors to frequently use their powerful boons on placement. The radius and duration of banner boons have been reduced to better reflect this more focused role. The previous abilities for banners to grant quickness to allies has been moved to the doubled standard trait. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's gonna make a big difference because I know people were talking a lot about this. General banner skill charges. Recharge reduced from 60 seconds to 30, except battle standard. Animation change. Casting time reduced by 0. Casting time reduced by 0.2 seconds, except battle standard. Light combo field radius reduced from 600 to 360. Field radius. Combo field duration reduced from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. Wait a minute. So light combo field radius reduced from 600 to 360. I mean, that's not a good thing, is it? And combo field duration reduced to from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. Pulsing boom radius reduced to 360. Once placed, banner lasts 15 seconds and can no longer be picked up. That's a good thing. Once placed, banner lasts 15 seconds and can no longer be picked up. So warriors don't have to run around and replace them all the time, which was really annoying. But now it's just like boom, down, and here you go. Banners no longer grant quickness on placement by default, except for banner of tactics and PvE only. Double standards, this trait now grants quickness on banner placement in addition to its other effects. Its description has been changed to clarify that boon duration increase only applies to the pulsing boons and not any other boons granted on the initial banner placement. All banner skills except battle standard have been reworked. They now grant different boons when placed depending on the banner. Banner of defense grant barriers and aegis to allies. Banner of tactics applies stability and super speed and quickness in PvE only to allies. Banner of discipline damages and applies bleeding, and banner of discipline damages and applies bleeding and crippled. This skill no longer creates a light combo field but acts as a blast finisher instead. So it's literally a flag you put down which is damaging and applies bleeding and cripple. That's cool. Banner of strength damages and dazes enemies. This skill no longer creates a light combo field, but acts as a blast finisher instead. Battle standard damage multiplier has been increased from 1.5 to 4.0 in PvE only. This skill no longer creates a light combo field, but acts as a blast finisher. So instead of you deal 1.5 more damage, you deal another 4. And it's a multiplier. That is pretty insane. Pulsing boons have changed to the following. Banner of defense regen 4 seconds, banner of tactics resistance for 2 seconds, banner of discipline fury 4 seconds, banner of strange might 10 seconds, 2 stacks, battle standard fury 6 seconds, swiftness 12 seconds, and might 12 seconds. Okay. And pulsing, I guess that's like, you know, when like it's pulsing, like coming out with the effects. So now, for example, banner of defense, which is granting barriers and aegis, is basically doing it every 4 seconds. That's cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was actually the entire game update notes and the Festival of Wind update we talked about, and also the new armor skin you can buy. It's probably been a very, very long video, but now we are totally updated about the game. So, thanks for watching, have a great evening everyone, and I'll see you in another video. Peace out.